Welcome back to Eyecha YouTube channel. Today, we're at one of the most iconic landmarks in Ireland, the Hook Lighthouse in County Wexford. It's one of the oldest lighthouses in the world that's still in operation, and I can't wait to show you around. So, let's dive right in. Located at the tip of the Hook Peninsula, Hook Lighthouse has been guiding sailors safely along the treacherous coastline for over 800 years. The structure you see today was built in the early 13th century by the Knight William Marshall. The visitor centre here offers a fantastic insight into the history and operation of the lighthouse. There are guided tours available, which I highly recommend. The guides are incredibly knowledgeable and bring the history to life with their stories.
Was the great French physicist who came up with the idea of magnification for lighthouses in 1822.
Right.
This is how they work.
Gosh.
This is too small for here. This was in Mayo for years. Like for instance, just size-wise, say this one weighs 1 ton. Our one at the top weighs 3 ton.
Oh.
LED lights now.
Yeah.
You know, rather than 1,000-watt light bulb in 1972. Now we have 6 13-watt LEDs the size of your nail.
How often do they replace those 1,000-watt bulbs?
That's a great question. Every 3 to 4 months we replaced 2 of them. Whether they needed it or not, we replaced them. And it was such a shame because years ago, you'd be up the top and you would just throw them over the sides in different lighthouses because they weren't kept. Now they're worth a fortune. They were just Those are very small. This is known as the Dahlen apparatus. Gustav Dahlen was the engineer behind Eyecha. It's a Swedish company. And Eyecha stands for acetylene gas appliance. I think you'll find this interesting because this had a sun valve on the outside of it which told you when it was night.
The lighthouse was initially manned by monks and later by lighthouse keepers until it was automated in 1996.
Fireplace in the ceiling, the apprentices lived in here. You know, this is all down to William Marshall. This guy he was the greatest knight that they never write about. You know? He was the 4th son of a very minor English noble. Not only was he 4th, but he was 4th from a 2nd marriage. So he was so far down the line to inherit anything, he was getting none. You know, he was taken off to France. He was 9 or 10 years of age and he grew up in northern France. His mother was French. He became a knight at a young age. He fell in with the nobility. Probably the most important person in northern Europe for 60 years of the 1100s was Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Yeah.
This is a powerful lady. Everything became different. Most of the major tapestries in France and Italy all came from here. You know, so they're just doing it again now. You know, there's 14 of these on display. They tell the story of Ireland's ancient East. This one shows William Marshall. Local kids here, some of my own kids here. Over the years have gone into the Ross when they were making them have those stitches in the tapestries. You know, just to put a little too in the show, I think that's nice.
Yes.
So I want you to meet the lighthouse keepers. On a video behind that man right there. So you can have a seat anywhere you like. I'll play you another short video.
When I met Ray, first he was a supernumerary. He was a trainee in Irish Life. So the very first, when after we were married, we were down in Gallyhead. Raymond got word that we were being transferred to the Hook. By that time I had a son, Robert, and he was age 3, and I had a daughter, Geraldine, and she was age 1. Irish Lights were very good to the families in that particular time, insofar as everything was supplied. You would move into the house and you had to buy literally nothing. They even filled our coal sheds and bunkers were filled every year with coal. The children went to sleep every night with the beam of the lighthouse passing the window, and they were safe. You know, they were in the confines of the walls around, so there were gates at the end, so they couldn't get out. The only thing was we didn't have a car, but the man here, he was a contractor down the road. He would call in the morning, and the children would go off to school. The contractor also brought us once a month to Camp Hire to do our shopping there. Once every year, the inspectors would come down. They were very particular, you know, examining the house. The older women would be literally in fear of them. I don't know, maybe it was, we were younger and we didn't see, but they would literally shake. I mean, but again, the children would put out of sight, everything would be doubly cleaned. It was a unique life, that's the word. It was, you know, it was a way of life that's now passed into the annals of history. The 3-4 years that we spent here, of all our time in Irish Lives, they were the happiest years that I've ever spent. Because, as I said, we were here as a family. Ray just had to come out the door. This was our home. This was ours. I know it's everybody is coming in, but now I think it's lovely to see the way it has developed. You know, it's a fantastic place to come, and the history attached to it. There's a lot of history attached to it, and the location and the history and for children, and it's run exceptionally well.
When I was a kid down the road here, I would have seen the vehicles come and go. There would have been 3 families here living in the houses, I would be up there and probably played with them, and that's how I got an attraction for it. It was a wave falling down in the slump that reforms the lens. And that old tower, the structure is the same as the monks were here. It hasn't changed. I'm delighted to welcome you to the...
And here we are at the top. The Lantern Room offers a breathtaking view of the Atlantic Ocean and the rugged coastline. Imagine being a lighthouse keeper up here, especially during a storm. It must have been quite an experience. Thanks for joining me today, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.